There's an old saying that you have to learn from others' mistakes because you'll never live long enough to make all of them yourself. The pilots at EPS have more levels of experience than I will ever have. They have gone so much further than I have or ever will as a pilot that I can follow in their footsteps wherever I want to go as a pilot. There's somebody in the EPS staff who's already been there and done that. It's a tremendous resource of mentors, if you will.
When someone steps up into an aircraft like the Evolution, it's, you're flying at 28,000 feet now. You're doing 3,000 or 4,000 feet a minute at a climb rate. You're doing 300 knots. It's a pressurized airplane. You're dealing with different weather, different things in the flight environment. It takes a minute to upgrade or kind of get caught up with the airplane. And so that's what we're here to help that person get to that point. Elite Pilot Services is a company that specializes in high-performance experimental aircraft, and our goal is to properly train someone to keep them safe and their families safe in the aircraft. We've brought on board a very talented team of individuals. For this type of airplane that's so high performance, we can't use a normal flight instructor that's got a few hundred hours under their belt. So we've got former fighter pilot guys and test pilots and jet instructors and people that really have background and knowledge on our teams to keep our customers safe.
With an airplane like the Evolution, you absolutely need first-class instruction specific to the airplane, and EPS is the source for that. They're the people who are raising the bar on instruction for high-performance airplanes, specifically the Evolution.
One of my mentors has a really good mentality, which I share as well, which is as professional and experienced pilots, we have an obligation to share our experience and knowledge with as many people as possible, and especially people who are learning, who are trying to be better in aviation.
That's dramatic, nose down.
It is. So to come to an event like this and to be able to take the experience I have and the greater experience of our entire instruction team and share that with the pilots that are here that are really striving for excellence is very gratifying.
The biggest thing that has really struck me about working with EPS versus the trainers that I worked with before is just their deep knowledge and expertise in the Evolution aircraft that we fly. The fact that these guys focus on this one plane and have known it for years and years and years, and just how personally we've gotten to know them and the stories they tell. We've learned so much, and this recurring training that we do every year, it's become like a family, and we come together and we all learn from each other. And I feel like I've learned a lot more about how to become a truly good pilot in the aviation community in a way that I just hadn't really had at the same depth before.
This is definitely a family relationship where I feel like they're invested in the Evolution community enough. They know all of us, and they're wanting to make us all safer pilots.
I would add to that in my military flying, one of the pluses was being able to sit around with other pilots and talk about things that happened, and we were able to do that same thing here. And the crosstalk and the feedback, you just can't put a price tag on that because it's invaluable.
Well, yeah, I would say this community of pilots as well that EPS has helped to assemble is really super intentional about how they approach flying. And I feel like by being part of this community, in the end, I've built so much tribal knowledge. They've shared so much knowledge with me and I with them. All the stories we tell and the things we tried and the things that hadn't worked and the places we've been really enrich the experience of aviation as a whole. And I feel like also the safety at which we can do it. And again, with my wife, who was so nervous about flying with me or flying with anybody, I think that's given her the confidence to just actually not just do it, but love it. And she's going to take her first lesson tomorrow, her actual first flying lesson, and learn how to fly our plane. So if I ever get incapacitated, she'll know what to do.
To be in the cockpit with somebody who has an intent to learn, who wants to be a better pilot, who's striving to be a better pilot, and the work that they're putting in to the result that they get out of it is a really neat process to be a part of. And again, just a very gratifying experience to help these people be the best pilots they can possibly be.
Something makes me think you use the short runway of paint on a regular basis.
It's once or twice, yeah.